For today's cup of coffee, I'm going to do a mountain speak, how to talk like somebody from Appalachian Mountains. Been a couple of weeks since I did one of these as a continued ongoing little series, just about sundown here and any other time. This would be so quiet you couldn't hardly hear anything, but because I decided to come out and record on the porch, there's every kind of noise that you could ever imagine. So just bear with me on that. We got cats crunching, we got dogs barking. It's just life. Anyhow, your mountain phrase today is, I don't think it's peculiar just to the Appalachian Mountains, but it's a matter of how it's said. And that is the discussion of chickens coming home to roost. And some of you may have heard this saying before, and some of you may not. And basically what this is talking about is somebody getting their comeuppance, or you might call it karma. That means that at a certain point in time, what goes around comes around. And we are on the eve of Purim, which is the feast of Esther. And if you're not familiar with this story in the Bible, that's a pretty cool thing, because Esther was chosen by God to do what she did. And she actually saved her people. This is one of the books that God is not mentioned directly, but He's there. And we see this in our world today. We've got so much evil going on, and we've got so many people that we're like, why doesn't God just wipe them all out? Well, sometimes God gives you enough rope to hang yourself. And in the story of Esther, there was Mordecai, who was her kin people, and then there was one named Haman. And Haman hated Mordecai because Mordecai would not bow to him. Haman built these gallows at the insistence of his wife to hang Mordecai. And it's like, no, Haman was an evil man. At a certain point, God said enough. And he was built on the gallows that he had intended for Mordecai. Not only was he hanged, but his sons were hanged. The wife was not hanged, but she had to also live with the regret that it was her idea, and these were her kids too. Now, it wasn't that God was being a big meanie, because that Haman's sons were just as evil as he was. So be of encouragement today, because we see so much going on in the world. God sees that, and He knows that. And just because somebody doesn't get their comeuppance in our time doesn't mean that the chickens won't come home to roost in God's time. You all have a beautiful, blessed day.